Hey guys, we're back with I died. Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Head. Sorry about I think I just coughed into the mic. Whoops. But I was like, okay, I'm done for today. No more Chaos Head. 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, let's find out what happens to Chaos Heads. Last episode there were some serious Steins Gate vibes. I don't think I called it out on that, but it reminded me of Steins Gate, which, you know, that's a good thing. Starting to get good. It's picking up. Only the pale light of the PC monitor floated faintly into the middle of the pitch black room. It reflected a screensaver of Sarah, a character from Bloodtoon the animation. This container house, which a girl called Sakihara Yumi had visited half a day earlier, there could be found solely the form of its owner, Nishijo Takumi. The time was already nearing 5 in the morning. It was Takumi's daily habit to play online games until dawn, then sleep like a log on his sofa. Now, too, Takumi was lying on the sofa in an uncomfortable-looking position. He didn't use his bed to sleep in. Though he possessed a proper bed, the reason that he didn't sleep there was because it had been monopolized by the manga volumes, CDs, and so forth that he had piled on top of it. In the period when he avoided cleaning it because it would be too much to bother. In the period when he avoided it's too much of a bother to clean, his bed had gradually transformed into a type of shelving. Henceforth, began using the two-seat sofa as his sleeping space. Painful-sounding moans spilled out from Takumi's mouth. Perhaps he was having a nightmare. His entire body was sweating. His closed eyes trembled. His expression twisted agonizingly. As he tossed and turned over and over, he came close to falling off the sofa. What's with this perspective? I don't think we've had a third-person perspective yet, so... Suddenly lying on his back, Takumi opened his eyes abnormally wide. His eyes were thoroughly bloodshot. Furthermore, his eyeballs themselves were twitching. Without a single blink, he lumbered to his feet, drifted, swaying over to his PC. Running from sitting down, he moved the mouse while standing. The screensaver disappeared, and his desktop filled the monitor. Illuminated by the monitor's pallid light, Takumi's expression was horribly empty. His face wavered from side to side. Drool hung down his half-open mouth. His figure was that of a prototypical sleepwalker. Still delirious, Takumi started up his net browser and opened the main page of Bat Channel. This is an old post. The movements of his body were lackadaisical. When he showed no hesitation in selecting threads related to New Gen in the breaking news board. In total, they numbered approximately 60. Takumi opened them one by one in order, from the top down. While gazing at the monitor, he began touch typing. Free to list in each of the 60 existing threads. Letters he typed were few. All of them formed the same sentence. Is that whose eyes are those eyes? I recognize one of the symbols. It kind of looks like a 9. I'm drawing it. Next day, I headed to the hospital first thing in the morning. I haven't been able to confirm it the last time I came here, but today, I'll definitely get them to tell me I was normal. Dr. Takashino would remember me. I'd reveal that I was Nishijo, the patient up until 4 years ago. Then I'd get to hear all kinds of things from him. I wasn't the crazy one. The Demigirl and Misumi weren't. The doctor would surely tell me so. This hospital opened at 8 in the morning, somewhat earlier than regular hospitals, which is why I'd come in time for opening hours. But sofas in the lobby were already filled with seated old people. Why? Even though the hospital was barely open for the day, why were there so many people here? It's unfair to get a head start. Come on time, like you're supposed to. Come on time, like you're supposed to. I bet. Inwardly insulting, and I had no option left but to wait. After an hour of waiting, I found myself regretting that I didn't make an appointment. But immediately afterwards, they called my name. I was relieved at the fact that I hadn't been forced to wait as long as last week. At the time, the one waiting for me in the examining room they brought to me wasn't Dr. Takashima, but instead of an unfamiliar white-haired old man. It's Dr. Takashima. Growing perplexed, the nurse standing in attendance behind him. What was her name again? Hazuki. Oh. Phone call! Aw, man. I'll edit the video out. Hey guys, sorry about that. It's been 5 minutes, maybe. I got some food, but I'm too dedicated to eat. Gotta finish Chaos Head.
高階先生はもういません。
Oh. Not here anymore?
もういないというか、過労がたたって 先週末に倒れてしまわれてね。
Takashima!
それでずっと休みだよ。
What a nightmare. My one and only ally. Wait, did Dr. Takashima really collapse from fatigue? It's a conspiracy. The Demon Girl's conspiracy.
西条さん
She definitely put poison in his food, or sent him a threatening letter, or done something else to drive him into a psychological corner. She's trying to isolate me, make me helpless. No intention of letting anyone besides Dr. Takashima examine me. So instead of undergoing a checkup, I left the hospital as though I were fleeing it. I can't see Takashima not being evil. What happened? Leaning against the fence surrounding the roof, I stared vaguely at the sky. Skies this year were drab. It would be hard to call them clear. We better not to go to the hospital anymore. The Demon Girl's dragnet was tightening. Maybe I had nowhere left to run. Maybe even the detectives I met yesterday had been in truth been fakes. The Demon Girl's cronies had been testing me. Because the timing had been way too good. Come on, the Demon Girl had pushed her way into my room right after I met with the detectives. She was a demon after all. She wasn't human. It'd hardly take any effort for her to manipulate human hearts. And no evidence to back that up. But conversely, there's no evidence that she wasn't a demon. In that case, the only way to survive was by presupposing the worst. Was there no one who would be my ally? All of them seemed like my enemies. Everyone looked like one of the Demon Girl's underlings. Save me. Somebody. Save me! Why don't I have even a single ally? Why wouldn't anyone come save me? Why did I have to end up like this? I felt terribly forlorn. I wanted some sort of support. Someone who would protect me. Something that would protect me. I'd be fine with anyone, so someone please extend a saving hand towards me.
見つけて早くそうすれば君は救われる
I just need a sword. Trace on! I abruptly recalled those words. A sword. This were a game, I'd be a hero, and reach the usual cliche development about having to get my hands on a legendary sword to defeat the demon. That's by seeking it out, I recently heard the keyword sword from 2 different 3D girls. There remained a chance that Fesu was my ally, although, going by her attitude, Girl B, Edgeman called Senna, was most likely affiliated with the Demon Girl. A sword, huh? Sword. I get my hands on a sword, if I just muttered to myself as though I'd gone off my rocker. For me, it was the equivalent of clutching at straws. If I got a sword, I'd be released from this nightmare. I couldn't help having such expectations. Wasn't that I believed what Fesu was saying about it granting me salvation, but I lacked anything else to cling to. If nothing else, it'd be best to research this. Okay, what keywords are you going to search? Got down and running an online search immediately. For the moment, I started off by checking to see whether a sword similar to the ones carried by Fesu and Senna had appeared in any anime, but I couldn't spot anything like that in this season's crop of anime, at least. I'd expected as much. Normally check out all the recent new anime. We're a real handful, given that lately there could sometimes be 30 or 40 new shows in one season, but I watched the first episodes of all of them, and decided which ones to keep following. Of course, since there was MewTube, I didn't have any problems completing my lineup with anime from the BS and CS satellite subscription channels. Which is why there's no way I'd overlook any anime. And no such sword had appeared in any of the shows I checked. It was that distinctive looking. If it showed up, it would have caught my eye, but I had no memory of seeing one. Although, I couldn't do anything about it if I've seen it when I was being controlled by someone outside myself. Next, I tried running search about the sword itself, rather than the anime series. Almost all game walkthroughs. What? It's Ham Taro, Ham Heartbreak. How to get the Master Spoon. Terms I was closely familiar with, such as ESO's Shangri-La Edge, kept popping up. That's right, I want to make any progress. Even though I had to hurry up and find it. And the sense that Senna had been a more concrete name when speaking of it. But what could it have been? Remember, your nightmare won't end unless you remember. D-Sword. D-Sword. Right, D-Sword. Quickly stuck into the input field and ran a search. I got hits! Only 2 of them, though. Sword of Light unleashed upon the world called D-Sword. Fictional sword, first birth in ancient Europe. Hands of king... yada yada yada. Negative emotions. Cannot be seen with one's eyes. Got a sword. It's called the D-sword. It's sketchy. It's awesome. Don't tell me that's Senna's blog. blog of a guy with too much free time. Especially starting to think these two links as the road to salvation. Holding down my excitement, I investigated them and ordered from top to down. Yeah, the site's dead. What? Oh, it was the demon girl. Well, come down. Go back one more time and take a look at the cache. Page included an illustration. Recreation based on how the sword is described in works of literature. It's from folklore? But this is pretty plain compared to the one that Center Girl had. In the first place, why was it such a minor sword? Why not go with Excalibur or Kusanagi? Something in the Major League. No, this wasn't the time to complain. And you gotta go with, only the highest tier Noble Phantasms. Major or minor, it didn't matter as long as it could save me. I decided to explore a bit more. Getting annoying, I clicked the second hit. The words, I bought a D-sword, particularly concerned me. Was the D-sword something you could purchase? Blog's writer was apparently male, so I could deduce that he wasn't the Demon Girl or Senna. That said, his level of energy was far too different from that of the Shogun. There aren't any stories this weird and suspicious left in the capital metropolitan area. I said it right. Except in Akiba. But Akiba's underground swords don't really suit my interest, because there's not really anything there except PC stuff and arrow books. That's not what I'm looking for. Shibuya used to have lots of underground stories too. I think this game might give away my age, but they disappeared with the flow of time. Was they a completely unrelated third party, or the person behind the blog deliberately changed the particulars of how I wrote? I understood that no answer would come no matter how much I thought about it, so I stopped looking at the blog. More importantly, it seemed like the story mentioned, the one called Town Vanguard, was located in Shibuya. Yo-chan is the storekeeper. Fantasy-related weapons. Lightsabers! They have lightsabers?! Obvious fakes, so it's kind of disappointing. The light shuriken were so ridiculous that I bought them on impulse. 2 comments. A feeling that it was too good to be true, but I also had a feeling that it was destiny. There's another way to look at it. It was precisely because the story was in Shibuya that I had twice run into a girl holding a D-sword smack in the middle of Shibuya. Didn't I often hear about things that were secretly popular with the various minority of subcultures in Shibuya? From now, I looked at Town Vanguard, but it seemed to have any official site, so I found an image-based intro page on the online map. They don't have an official site. That meant they don't take on orders online. Searched taboo auctions, but I didn't come across anything likely looking. But my only option was to go to the store in person. I didn't want to go outside very much, but I have to get my hands on a sword. Got no choice but to get one. Now, I kind of think of it as my sole absolute means of fighting back against the demon girl. I don't know what I would do. Just buy a prop sword and hit her with it. That's sure to, kill her. Concrete terms, after obtaining the sword, I wasn't brave enough to use it to kill her, or anything with the sword. Even so, I really hoped that if I got a sword, it would mean I would be somewhat free from the terror that tortured me. Yeah, D-sword was like a protective charm. I'd surely strengthen my heart. Something about that sword strangely attracted me. It's the same guy! It's the same sign! Whose eyes are the— Oh! That's the killer! He was right here all along! I don't know if that's the same guy, or the same sign even. But it kind of does look a bit distinctive, doesn't he? Like these guys are a bit blurry, but this guy's more clear, I guess. Although he doesn't have a face, so. Anyway, it seemed like the store is located near Cat Street. I'm calling it this guy's the final boss. Calling it now. Can you say he's not? I wonder if there's a visual novel that's done that. Just make like some important character in the background. Cat Street is a twisty, winding road from Shibuya to Harajuku that runs about a block off Meiji Avenue. Apparently it had been built by filling in an area that was originally a stream. There are various explanations behind why it originally come to be called Cat Street, such as there being many feral cats, because it was the sort of narrow path that only cats would use. Well, not that it made much of a difference to me. Cat Street was fairly far away from me. My foot could take about 15 to 20 minutes to get there. It'd be a quick trip by bike, but unfortunately, I didn't have one. Decided to go by a route that took me past the plaza in front of the station, then past Shoto by way of cutting through Miyashita Park. Setting a quick pace, I crossed the overpass that went over Meiji Avenue. I hope I'm pronouncing those right. I finally arrived. Growing ever more impatient, I became irritated at the distance. Cat Street had been quiet compared to the big shopping district. Its image was far closer to that of Harajuku than Shibuya. The stores lined up there were all chic shops that of course had nothing to do with me. Go off and die. A what shop? Well, it's missing an A, but I assume chic like girls? Yeah, they're for girls. Like clothes and cell phones. And Jiro froggies. Knowing that I was practically acting delirious as I walked along, I became even more annoyed. For me, being here was like playing in an away game. All those individuals who I don't agree with around me thought they were so cool. They're probably so cool! And whatever, there were probably more couples than in the shopping district. Whatever. Oh, they probably wanted to act like they had money, even though they didn't. So chances were most of them were window shopping. Lol. What a waste of time. Felt some regret, thinking to myself that I shouldn't have come after all. But I reminded myself that it was all for the sake of obtaining a sword, and determinedly put up with it. From now on, I went on having a staring contest with my map as I swiftly went along, rushing towards my destination while doing my best not to exchange looks with passerbys. Town Vanguard was deep within a narrow side road that split off from Cat Street. Is this it? Though I had only ventured one side street away from the main road, the ambience underwent a dramatic change. It was a thin, narrow, dirty alley, one impossible for cars to pass through. Either side was a wood-built residences and out-of-business stores with closed shutters, which invariably came equipped with spray-painted graffiti on them. Cat Street, which seemed so clean in the front, with all of its high-class brand name stores, was in the end no more than a flimsy paper-mache facade. Beyond that facade lay any number of... It's facade, right? I used to think it was facade, but I heard someone say facade, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Because there's supposed to be like a that. Well, behind that facade lay any number of mercilessly discarded wrecks. Although I personally disliked both the front and the back, both were unfamiliar territory for me. The only place I'd ever wanted to go was ESO. Even so, Town Vanguard had a far smaller, darker area to it than I imagined. I started to understand why the blogger who I mentioned it was described it as an underground story. Despite the fact that an open set had been hung up, you couldn't say it was doing brisk business even by the way of flattery, and it was awfully hard to enter. I was supposed to go in such a sketchy seeming store when it was asking too much just for me to have me go alone to a Gudan shop. Want to go home? No, but I needed to get my hands on a sword, no matter what. What was I supposed to do? Spending a little time going back and forth in front of the store. No one passed through this narrow alley. I had whiled away 30 minutes with my rambling, but not a single person had gone by me. I started to brace myself and go on in. Then my courage failed me, causing me to abandon all hope, and I kept repeating the cycle innumerable times. But I couldn't go home empty-handed. This was the only place I could obtain a D-sword. Even though I understood that with my head, my instincts made me reluctant to enter the shop. I imagined that maybe a clerk would come out for me. Of course, she'd be a cute maid and she'd talk to me with all kinds of voices you hear in anime. With the kind of voice you'd hear in anime. She'd have a perfect grasp of exactly what I wanted, showing me a D-sword out to me in a perfectly, wonderfully friendly manner. Here you are, please take this sword, master. Heh, get a hold of yourself. Chill out, me. Just as I thought about it, how it would be so much easier if only things would unfold in that way, a lone 3D girl appeared from within the store, still my thoughts had reached her. Unlike in my fantasy, though her clothes were rather gaudy, that kind of thing made me wonder what kind of nomad camp she'd stag them from. Her face, on the other hand, was amazingly glum. Her hair was cut in a Obama head style, with thin, frizzly ends, and a creepy patterns that were drawn on the bandana twisted around it above. She said she was a store worker, and had come out after seeing me wishy-washily going around outside. Fantasy hadn't exactly become reality. Well, but that was to be expected. Before I had any idea what was happening, the clerk forcefully led me inside, despite my having spent so long holding off on entering. I didn't have any chance to turn her down. I'll call it there. We're here in this weird shop. I doubt we're gonna get what we're looking for, but you know, we can always hope. See you guys next time. Bye.